Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of The Culture Clash. It's Friday and I'm your host Luis Villalón and I'm so excited to have you back for another week of shit talking about everything that has happened in pop culture. You know that I can't do this alone, so I had to call for some help. Some fabulous help, I may say. He's fabulous. He's beauty. He's grace. That's Miss United States. Please give it up for the one, the only, my very good friend, Miss Marcel Hughes. Hi, doll.
Hi, sweetie. You never lie.
I mean, a few times I have. I told a bitch or two they were cute. You know, sometimes you gotta lie. Sometimes you gotta like, how are you?
I am doing so good. Thanks for having me, doll.
No, thank you so much for being here. It's such an honor. You know, they said that they needed somebody with a face. And I said, oh, well, here she is.
Call the stamp of Cincinnati. I don't know if that's like a compliment.
You call yourself
dead.
whatever you want. How are you? What's going on with your life?
You know, just living my truth. You know, single parent to wrinkle.
A single parent. You just got a little, well, I mean, how long have you had this dog?
24 months.
Okay, so 2. We're not going to go with this. No, 136 months. Girl, you're a kid in college.
You'll be invited to the birthday.
Yeah, like you don't even get child support anymore. Well, good. I'm so happy that you're here. You know what this is all about. We talk about pop culture, things that really don't matter in our life and that we can just go on. But I like to kiki. I'm such a gossiper, so I am having you to talk about the things that have happened over the week. Okay. Are you ready?
I mean, there's been so much. Where do we start?
So much, but not so much. It's been kind of like no, actually, there's been a lot of things that have happened.
Oh, girl, this is not plain weather.
Well, no, it is not. We're ready for like summer weather. We're ready to like just be out and about in a bikini. But soon we will. We still have Fridays where we can kiki with the girls. We can, watch the Culture Clash, have a little drink. It's Friday.
Wow.
You can be sad. But hey, I have a tradition that I ask my guests every single time that they are here, a very personal question.
Okay.
And before I ask this question, someone asked me to like go into details as to what it is that I mean with the question.
Okay.
So let me ask you the question and then I will kind of explain to you a little bit. I think you know. But when I always ask, who is your main diva? Who is your pop girly?
Oh.
Who is that number one artist? I think that for a lot of people, like if you're normal, then you would understand. AKA if you're gay. If you're straight, then you probably won't understand what music means so much to like gays and whatnot. But
yeah.
I think 90% of the gays kind of took some sort of artist when we were young and we really related to this person.
Yes, yeah.
Expressed the femininity that we were not allowed to express. And that is why so many gay men often feel connected to a lot of pop divas. And a lot of the times you can even tell generation-wise on who they are. So why don't you tell me your age and tell me who your number one diva is?
28 on Grindr.
Oh, girl, no, cut that out. We're getting a lawsuit for lying. Girl, we are not going to lie to our people. Don't tell your age. Just tell me who your diva is and the girls will know.
Well, I believe like the Catholic Church has orders, gays have pop divas. It's the same.
Clap if you agree. Clap if you agree.
My pop diva is the pop diva. She is the blueprint, and that is obviously everyone knows Mariah.
Oh.
What else is there to say?
Now, what else is going on? Okay, this to me, it's not news. If you have ever met Marcel, he will tell you about her. He will defend her more than he will defend his own mother. So
She is mother.
She is mother. So tell us why you love Mariah so much.
I remember the first time I heard Mariah, and I was always the nosiest kid, truly. I was up in everyone's business. And so my dad had this little girlfriend, and she was sweet and everything, but we would go over her house, and obviously I'd be looking through her stuff. And I found a Mariah CD, and I just listened to it on loop the whole time I was there. I mean, I was bored, and but I fell in love. And it was in her number ones era. So right after she broke with her record label, record label tried to get her to put out a number one album, basically saying oh, your career's not going to be anything, so you might as well put out that number one best hits record now. And not only did she do that, but she, year after year put out inspirational music, groundbreaking music, and she continues to be the leader of the pack as far as maintaining the relevancy and really, truly just staying connected to her fan base. She knows what the girls want, and she has, the octaves to prove it.
Ooh.
Not everyone can say that.
Not everyone can say that. Do you remember what CD it was that you listened to?
It was her number ones. She's had multiple number ones, but it was her first one. It's like the gray,
where her body looks
and
snatched.
She's like this.
Yes. Okay. Pose.
But that was the one I remember it very clearly. Yeah.
Okay. I love that. You know that Mariah is one of those women that I love to hate.
Oh,
because I love
join
her.
the club.
I love her so much. She is so talented. And I have always said that if I had as much money and as much talent as Mariah, I would have people carry me. I would have people hold my straw.
Yeah.
She is allowed to be that diva because she's never a diva in a mean way towards her fans. She's just a diva. She's a high maintenance girl. And she has the funds to pay people to do the things that she doesn't want to do. So I'm here for it.
And we have to be careful with our queens. I hate to say it, but not all the queens are looking healthy in the news, And so, we have to guard our national treasures. What I love the most is the way we rally behind these women as sort of, people we should be thinking of creatively as inspirational, personally as resilient, and, they're really idols, sort of guiding lights, I think, for gay men on how we, stick to our purpose and live our dreams,
Definitely.
Mariah has been for me, at least.
Well, and for so many people. For so many people. I know Mariah has been a huge inspiration. And like you said, resilience, she has been decades, so many scandals.
Yeah.
They have tried to take her down, and she's still standing.
Oh, she won't let them.
She won't let them.
Yeah.
Now, the Grammys was just a few weeks ago, right? And Kendrick Lamar won that record of the year for that diss track. There will never be a better diss track than Mariah, Why You So Obsessed With Me towards Eminem. And I believe that the Grammys need to call Mariah up and give her that Grammy. She did not, I don't think she got a Grammy.
Her favorite
for
candy is M&M's.
Oh. She's the queen of shade. She is the queen of shade. And I love how relatable she is, but in such a just other level. Obviously, we can't relate to her extravagant life, but to just every day how she handles her life, I think we can.
Yeah, with humor. And the funny thing is she is in on the joke, as most of our girls are, they're in on the joke. So she's, I think it's a Toni Morrison quote. It says something like, whatever you choose to accept about yourself can't be used against you. And I think she accepts that she's a diva, and she owns it.
Is that why she doesn't move in her concerts? Ooh! She's accepted that she can move around, so she said, I'm just going to sit here and look pretty.
She's on them stilettos, just stationary.
I don't care. I'm going to say something. If I am going to go to a concert of Mariah Carey, I don't care.
You're not going for the dancing.
I'm not. She has never been a performer. She's never been a dancer. No. She has the voice. And I don't even care if she's lip syncing.
Yeah.
You should be just happy that you're in the presence of Mariah.
Yeah.
Her dress is a little too tight. Her fan is blowing. And the girl looks pretty. That's all I want.
She comes from a certain era where you didn't have to be good at everything. You had to be beautiful and you had to have talent. And most of the girls don't even have that these days. Ooh. So I think we're talking about a different era in music that we can never reach again. Whitney, Celine, Mariah, all the girls.
And their relevancy still speaks for themselves. It still speaks for where they are today. Yeah. Where you didn't need to be doing a beauty brand, where you didn't need to be selling hair extensions.
Right.
You focus on what you were good at.
Yeah, because you were good at your job.
But when you're not good at something, you got to throw pasta to the wall. Girl, that's why I'm here. But anyway, now that's exciting. But I do want to ask you something. Who do you hate? Music-wise? Like, if you had one ticket and your worst enemy was there standing, waiting for that ticket, who would you want that ticket to be?
Okay. Ooh, that's a good question. Who do I hate? Okay.
Come on, we all know the answer.
Because I know you all disagree.
Say it. Who?
No, I'm not going to even say who you think I'm going to say. I'm going to throw a curveball because I want to like this person, but I just cannot for some reason.
Okay.
Addison Rae. I know. Gag Central.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here. It was an honor.
I'll say I don't understand why I might not like her. I would just say she seems a little bit industry planty to me. You know?
Interesting. I'm
Yeah.
gonna agree to disagree with you.
Okay.
But I don't. You know what? I'm not even mad about that answer because like, but can you really compare her to like your diva that you love?
Oh no.
So okay,
Yeah.
you just don't like.
But I
her.
do like Pepsi, so I take that back.
Diet Pepsi.
I do have a
Yes.
Diet Pepsi crop, so.
Okay. See, so you're fake. So you are fake. Well, anyways, let's get into the first story because there is something that I really want to talk to you about, and this story could not have come at a better time because I won all. Wait, hold on, because I have a note actually.
Okay.
I have a very good note about Mariah Carey. Did you actually
Okay.
see Anderson Park? Do you know Anderson Park?
The no.
I don't know either, but some man who is
Is
apparently
he black?
Yes.
Yeah, and tall and light skinned. Yes.
yes.
I do know him then.
Okay, so he posted a picture on Valentine's Day with
Yes,
We
yeah,
Belong Together.
yeah,
There was an entire butterfly made of flowers. And people are
Yes, I
saying
saw
that,
that.
they are
Yeah.
self-launching their relationship.
I don't know. Mariah's always given us a fake, love story moment sometimes, just to keep the audience questioning. I don't think it's real. I just think it's one of those things. I don't think she's ever going to be married or anything again, to be honest. But maybe she's having her fun.
Do you think what's his name was the love of her life? The one she had kids with?
Nick Cannon?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
She was
I
ju-
just think she wanted some kids.
And she was like, all right, it's my
Yeah,
last few years
yeah.
that I'm able to have kids.
Exactly.
You'll do.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
well-
really do think she just wanted kids.
It's crazy to think that Nick Cannon has 46 kids and 2 of them are
Or
Mariah's.
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine being the other kids and just like thinking,
You're going to have to do DNA tests before you date.
Yeah.
You might be dating your second cousin.
child, that's, well, anyways.
Oh.
Now let's get into a conversation that I really want to talk. I'm very,
Okay.
very, very happy about the situation. We have been following for the last few years, so I'm very happy that something is happening in the situation. Let me read it a little bit and then we'll talk about it. Wendy Williams conservatorship. The struggle Williams had to endure while under the wardenship have prompted her to make several moves to put an end to her misery, including signing an affidavit asking the judge proceeding over her case to set her free most recently. Undoubtedly, a big part of Williams' grip with the situation, aside from the isolation living arrangements, is the fact that she's no longer in control of her finances and has no way of accessing her money. Let's talk about Wendy.
I know.
So, as you know, back in 2021,
Yeah.
the Wendy Williams show ended, and soon after, Wendy Williams was put in a conservatorship. And
We all remember.
we all remember. It was a very sad
Yeah.
moment. Sherry Shepherd hosted the Wendy Williams show for quite some time.
A couple people did, I remember. They should
Yeah.
have passed it off a little bit.
And then Sherry Shepherd
Yeah.
basically replaced her. Wendy was put on a conservatorship saying that she had dementia,
Dementia, yeah.
and that she could not take care of herself. We all remember seeing those photos of her in New York where it was sad. I mean, it was just a shell of what Wendy
Yeah.
used to be.
And after watching her really decline for about a year and a half too, just we were starting getting hints, probably a year before that.
And then we get that documentary. Did you watch the documentary?
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
I personally did not watch the documentary. It was a little hard for me to watch her go through something like that. It was sad to just see the shelf of a woman not being herself. It was not her, it just didn't feel right for me to even watch it. So I'm not even gonna lie. I stopped watching it like 20 minutes in.
It was hard for me too. And I don't think we could really truly answer if that was her, if she was aware that she was being filmed in that light. But I do think the stuff out now is totally her. Like she's completely lucid, she's completely organized, she's sort of completely present, which we've missed. We've missed Wendy. I will say as someone who works sometimes related to the probate court, which is a court that decides, guardianship, these processes are sometimes not meant to be permanent. So I think it's a good sign that, the conservatorship did what it maybe needed to do, which was maybe reduce some financial risk, and give her space and time to heal. And, who's to say just because you have a guardianship that you cannot terminate? There's a whole process for terminating guardianships. And so while it's sad, a part of me, I think this could be a sign of what a conservatorship is actually supposed to do, which is safeguard your risk and give you an opportunity to heal, So hopefully we're seeing that.
I love that you're being optimistic. I do believe, well, I just think that after coming from the Britney Spears conservatorship, where we have seen how much the poor girl has been screwed over mentally, chemically, because she has been fed medications that she wasn't even aware of what she was taking. It makes me question if Wendy Williams was going through the same situation where she was being kept sick so that she would not have a saying in her guardianship.
Yeah.
It makes me a little airy.
Yeah, I will say it sounds like the media's learned a lesson from Britney, and we've all learned a lesson from Britney about how to treat celebrities when they're clearly, decompensated and not well. And so, I don't know, I choose to remain hopeful because we all know Wendy is, we all know her personality, and what we've been seeing lately, I think, is so her. She didn't seem like Britney sometimes seemed, which was completely not at all the person that we really knew. At least, from the media.
I know her from
right.
friends, Her and I are this close. My girl Wendy.
That's the Wendy I grew up with.
Yes, Miss Wendy. Yeah, I agree, and I hope that she is doing good. And these are all alleged. Like I don't,
Yeah.
but there are rumors that the lawyer that was in control of her guardianship was in connection with P. Diddy.
Oh.
And now you know that there was just an interview with TMZ. You guys might have seen the picture of her at the window speaking out of a hotel room.
Yeah.
And she was asked, like, what do you think about P. Diddy? And all she said was, about time.
Yes, yeah. And that's what told me that is Wendy, because she's been trying to get him locked up since 1991.
And apparently, P. Diddy had something to do with this to keep her quiet. That's
interesting.
That is a rumor. Now, another rumor is that her ex-husband, Kevin, whatever, we're not even going to say his name, he was trying to keep her a little cuckoo so that he could steal the money and give it to the mistress.
So what I heard, which I don't know, is, obviously hearsay. But initially I heard reports that Wendy was, maybe acting up her illness a little bit to safeguard her finances from when she divorced her ex-husband. So basically saying that he could not cash in on her check if she was, a person deemed incapacitated,
I have also heard that, and I hope that that's true. That is
because that is a Wendy I know.
Yes, that you ain't getting my money.
Right.
You ain't getting my money. I hope that is the smart businesswoman.
Yeah.
The smart money woman that Wendy has always been. So that, and I hope to see her back on my TV soon.
Oh, for sure.
We miss her.
And I think it says something that they replaced Wendy with another black woman, which
Sherry.
I felt, Sherry Shepherd. And I think there's just something about the perspective of black women in daytime television that is so important. And that's ultimately why we miss Wendy, because she was at her best an unapologetic black, big, woman who...
Not big. Personality-wise.
Big personality.
Yes.
Big personality. Larger than life, fabulous person, committed to living her authentic self. And unfortunately for her authentic self is also a person who has a significant, mental health history right now too. But I'm just excited to see how it might shape her. Like what if she comes back bigger and badder than ever?
Girl, she's still going to be shaped like a capital P. But but you just brought up a very good topic about black women on television, and I could talk about this. I have gone on my friends about this conversation of how Wendy was and continues to be treated in the media because of this expectation or this racist idea that we have of how a black woman should be or how they should behave, right? And my comparison has always been Barbara Walters and Wendy Williams. You have Barbara Walters in the 90s and early 2000s making a career off of conversations that no one was ready to have. quite frankly, and questions that were so just not right. And it always irked me that Barbara Walters will get away with those type of interviews simply because she was seen as the professional woman
Oh,
that
for sure.
would ask the questions no one else would dare to
Yeah.
ask. But if Wendy did it, it was like, oh, you're being nosy. Oh, you're being loud. You are not minding your business.
Yeah.
And that has always been a huge thing. One of the episodes, I can't stand Ellen, and I'm sure that half of you can't either. But one of the worst episodes and one of the only episodes that I ever saw of Ellen DeGeneres show was when she had Wendy on the show. And
I don't remember this.
and she was so condescending towards Wendy, wanting Wendy to talk about things for the rating of her show. While Ellen is just sitting here like, oh, I'm such a nice girl. Like, I can't believe you just said that. And it's like, no, bitch, you brought Wendy because you
Right,
knew
yeah,
what you wanted her
yeah,
to say.
yeah.
And you know she was going to say it. So I just always felt like she was a pawn. But she made her coin, and I hope
Yeah.
she makes her comeback.
But aren't they all in some senses? Wendy just did it her way, and luckily her way was entertaining enough.
Always.
So many other girls. I'm thinking Tyra, Oprah. They had to really negotiate. Body image. Respectability of politics. And Wendy was one of the first personalities who did not have to do that solely by nature of her big, enormous talent and genuine authenticity. And I think at the end of the day, the audience loved it.
Speaking of, I love the Tyra show.
Oh, me too.
Did you run home after high school to watch it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Watch Tyra drag. these
Yes,
people.
yes. Speaking of Tyra Banks, I actually read something today that alleged, she is trying really, really hard to scrub some pictures off the internet from the early 90s of her being a yacht girl. Have you ever heard of a yacht girl?
Are they related to maybe the same video vixen community? Like, what is a yacht girl?
So yacht girls are this new term. It has not been new, but it's very elite Hollywood of even people that you would know that are A-list celebrities. Meghan Markle is rumored to have been a yacht girl.
I can see it. I don't know what a yacht girl is, but
But
I can see it.
You're a beautiful girl
Yeah, she's
that
stunning.
go off to a
Yeah.
yacht with wealthy men. Now, this is not to, sell your body. This is more to gain connections.
Yeah,
to,
and be in entertainment sort of spheres
and allegedly, Ms. Naomi Campbell is the madame of these girls.
Oh.
But so the rumor that I heard this morning is that Tyra Banks is trying really, really hard to get rid of that information and those images that apparently are on the about to surface.
But it's Naomi releasing it.
Naomi sitting on top of the stairs, throwing the pictures like Regina George.
Now that is one Tyra episode that I do remember. Her episode
Oh.
with Miss Naomi Campbell.
Wait, can we talk about how Tyra said, "You're not getting no applause. You are here with no
yes,
audience."
yes.
And she said, "Welcome, Naomi Campbell."
Yeah. But I think she
Silent.
knew Naomi's power. Naomi knew how to ramp up a crowd, Naomi was a bully. Fabulous.
Of
you know,
course. Of
but,
course. And you can say so much about Naomi. I would drag Naomi because there are a lot of things that I think can be shady about Naomi. But you also have to think about the first
for
black
sure.
supermodel
Yeah.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
And how even the industry was pinning Naomi against all these girls because it's like, oh, there's no room for two of you. It's you or her.
Yeah.
And Naomi was just doing what she could to do what she, but
Yeah.
that was such a good feud though.
It was.
Two beautiful models.
Exactly. And, there's so many examples of that. Even look at Omarosa and Wendy's, episode.
When they were shading the shit out of each
There
other.
can only be one.
There could only
Yeah.
be one. I agree. That's one of my favorite episodes of Omarosa shading Wendy and Wendy
Yeah.
giving it right back to her.
You can use a little Restylane.
Well, on that note, Omarosa, thank you for coming on my show. Wendy will never be another Wendy. I, who am in this thing, and I love Wendy. She is a huge example for me, for anyone that really works in that. She started in radio. So every time I put my microphones on, I think I have a busted wig over it. And, I think I'm Wendy.
Ooh, I dare you.
Because I just love that woman so much.
Yeah.
I wish and hope that she's doing well. I hope she's spending her money on purses, on caviar, because you know she loves caviar, and Slim Jims, and all the things that she loves.
Yes.
She was also seen in Florida with her dad, and she posted a picture. Did you see that?
I know. I love it when she got up out of that motor chair, though. I'm like, bitch.
She's giving us Abby Lee Miller.
No, she's trying to, yes, just gets up. I'm like, damn, girl, the jig is up. You had us convinced for a minute.
Yeah, she said, I didn't see. Kevin didn't get coin.
She readjusted that wig and got up.
He said, let's go.
It was a Jesus miracle.
Yes, but the caption was something about, I did this for you, Dad. So it was really good when she was with her dad for his birthday.
Yeah.
And it's so good to see her doing well and alive.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We love you, Wendy.
We love you so much, and we can't wait to see you back on TV. There will never be another Wendy Williams.
No.
Ever. And one day I will have that purple chair.
Just go on Wayfair.
Girl, not Wayfair. Not Wayfair.
I saw the same one on Wayfair.
No. No. Well, let's talk about Saturday Night Live. Did you watch Saturday Night Live?
I watched it a little bit. That was a long-ass 50th anniversgive episode.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Now, I did not grow up watching Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
Wait, let me give you a little
Give me the herstory.
the herstory, and then we'll talk about it, okay?
Okay.
So Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary. NBC Saturday Night Live celebrated its 50th anniversary Sunday night, bringing laughs to television screen nationwide for 5 decades. The live 3-hour special aired on one day after the late night comedy show's first episode in 1975, airing Saturday night on NBC. The anniversary episode features several guests and former cast members, including John Mulaney, Kim Kardashian, Ohio native Dave Chappelle, Miley Cyrus, Adam Sandler, Tina Fey, Paul McCartney, Robert De Niro, Will Ferrell, Pete Davidson, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, and so many more. Let's talk about Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
I have to say, disclaimer, I did not grow up watching Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
As some of you know, I grew up in Mexico, so like Saturday Night Live, it wasn't really a thing.
But was there an equivalent, like a sketch comedy?
Maybe. I
Okay.
can't remember.
Okay.
But if there was, it was not American
Right.
culture.
Yeah.
And it was also Saturday night. Like my parents, you know, they were
Yeah.
not staying up to watch Saturday Night Live. So while I understand the cultural moment of
Right.
it, 50 years, amazing. But I tried watching the 3-hour special, and I was just like,
Yeah, I completely, Saturday Night Live was special because it also incorporated, music, and it was very sort of like politically always relevant,
it made the careers of many.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
And
Yeah.
destroyed the careers of many.
Yeah.
Ashley Simpson, how you doing? Remember that? Oh, poor
Her performance,
thing.
I know.
Poor thing. Was that before or after her nose job?
I think it was before. Maybe, she's probably had a couple nose jobs, let's be real.
I remember the early 2000s when it was such a big deal about plastic surgery. And I remember she was always like, oh, I'm so beautiful the way I am. I would never get a nose job. And then she comes back with a perfect nose.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She lost a lot of people and a lot of respect after doing that.
But she also made it into the Diana Ross family.
She did. Okay, but...
Ah!
Okay, how many... what's his name? Exactly.
Diana Ross's son.
Exactly. The only one that we know is her daughter.
That's true.
Which-
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Which has become...
Icon legend, Saturday Night Live legend.
by herself. I think that people don't even equate that she is related to the Diana Ross.
True, yeah.
Because she really has made... And Ashley, I mean, it's one of those things that Ashley is going to be known for being...
Married to Diana Ross's son, but not Ashley Simpson.
And Jessica's sister.
Yeah. She's famous as a relative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But good for her. I mean, I know she ain't skipping her rent.
But let's be real, we were all bopping to that one song. What was it?
On a Monday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I can.
There were a few bops.
Yeah.
It's just hard to live under the shadow of Jessica at the
True.
time.
Yeah.
When they were really trying to make her a pop star.
And let's be also real. Maybe Ashley kind of had the better voice. I'm just saying.
Yes, but this is awful, but Ashley wasn't as pretty bombshell,
Right.
blonde
Yeah.
as Jessica was. And this is the era of early 2000s Abercrombie and Fitch
Yeah.
and Britney Spears. So Ashley couldn't really compete. Ashley was competing with Avril Lavigne.
True.
So
Yeah. But I'm sure it's a hard life, right? Like think of what's Britney's sisters, Jamie Lee or Jamie Lee
Girl.
Spears. You know, think of Solange. Like these people need their own specialized therapy or therapists who only, you know, sees celebrities' siblings.
Yes.
You know, like I'm sure it's a very hard existence.
So this is not a sibling, but someone that I believe when we think about siblings who one became so famous and the other one not so much, but she did. And I don't want to offend her or anyone because I think she's huge.
Proceeds to offend.
No. It's Janet Jackson. And let me explain to you.
Okay, yeah, different.
I actually have a theory that Janet Jackson and Kelly Rowland had very similar career paths. Because had it not been for Beyonce or Michael Jackson, I believe that Kelly Rowland and Janet Jackson would either be bigger than themselves, even than Beyonce and Michael, or they would be nobody. It's one of those things that what came first, the chicken or the egg? Janet is so amazingly talented. She's such a great
Yeah.
dancer.
Yeah.
But how do you live under the shadow of Michael Jackson, the king of pop? Same with Kelly Rowland. Once again, we're back in the early 2000s where there was only room for one person. I mean, people say that someone had, what's her name, died on the plane crash.
Aaliyah?
Aaliyah killed because there was no room for her
Yeah.
and Beyonce. So I would always think of Kelly Rowland and siblings
Yeah.
like that way.
Well, what do you think happened to LaToya? What's her excuse?
I love LaToya. We're not talking shit about LaToya. In fact, LaToya is my favorite Jackson of all.
Oh, interesting.
If there was one,
That checks out.
If why? Because I'm skinny. Listen, you said because you live off of your sister's fame. Listen, if there was one wish, if I were to die tomorrow and said, make a wish came through today, and they said, what do you want it to be? I want to be on a private plane with LaToya Jackson and Wendy Williams eating caviar and champagne. Just
Not too
kiking.
late. It's not too late.
Just sitting on a plane with them, luxurious, wrapped up in their furs, and geeking about everything. Wendy will get all the tea from LaToya.
Oh, for sure. That's her main source, actually.
Oh,
For years, she's been her main source,
yes.
probably.
I love LaToya, and I wish nothing but the best for LaToya.
Yeah.
Talk about someone who is fucked up in the head just by being a sibling
Oh,
of
for
a
sure.
famous person.
And, you know, and that's what I was going to say to your original question around Janet and even Solange, all them. You know, like, I don't know if you know all that much about Michael's, you know, upraising. But it was very
Yes.
strict. Like, and he was strict with all of them, including Janet, you know. So I think Janet simply learned by her environment, you know. It's almost like, this sounds terrible, so like maybe edit this differently. But, you know, like you get one dog helps train the other dog.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and so I think in some situations with these siblings, you know, and celebrity, they sort of pick up. Like, you know, look at Kylie, you know, Kim's sister. Kind of picked up on it and sort of learned how to make it work for her, you know, and actually has a fabulous, you know, career because of it. That's now kind of even separate from Kim. So I just think it's just sort of the proximity. You know, we're all creatures of our environment, and Janet and Kylie and all of them picked up on a stroke of genius, I think, just by being in proximity to greatness.
Well, and there is a difference between becoming famous and being famous. Or becoming famous and being born famous. And LaToya and Janet, I mean, they were just in proximity. Kylie was in proximity. You have no other choice. A camera is right in front of you. You're always at this events. And one thing you know, like, you're like, there is no, it's like Northwest. She knows no other life, but then
for sure.
paparazzi taking pictures of her. And then you have people that become famous from one day to another. I don't know what would be worse.
I'll choose a sister. I'll be a sister.
What do you want to be? What do you want to be, Solange or Beyonce?
Ooh, that's such a hard question.
It's not. I'll be Beyonce. What do you? What do you
But I do love the freedom that Solange seems to express. she is whooping ass on elevators and not giving two fucks. You know, like I
Yes.
kind of want to be that. You know, meanwhile Beyonce, I don't know. Obviously Beyonce is Beyonce. Like, okay, hey Beyonce, but you know,
She watches.
if I disappear, y'all. Ooh.
You better think Beyonce.
But I do admire a sense of freedom, you know, that, you know, Solange expresses.
So you're saying that you would rather be Rob than Kim?
Now I ain't say all that, bitch.
She said it. She said it. Good luck
I'll be
selling
Chloe.
socks. Oh, Chloe. Poor Chloe. Did you watch the last episode?
No.
Okay, not this last episode, but the other episode. I do watch the Kardashians, but it's kind of like Coco Melon to me. You know, like I just turn it on and it's just in the
it's
background.
noise, yeah.
But she had a one-on-one with Lamar.
Oh yeah.
It was gaggy.
Yeah, I did see the highlights of this. Yeah.
Girl, Lamar was
Lamar.
crying, shaking. Poor Chloe. Talk about a girl that, oh my God, talk about a sibling.
She's been through it.
Oh,
Yeah.
since they were kids. From the moment she was born asking her if OJ was her dad, to growing up and looking different than all of your siblings, to being told that you were the fat sister, that you were the ugly sister.
Yeah.
Kim is over here having kids by a huge rapper.
Yeah.
And, you know, Chloe was just, poor Chloe. She's been through so much.
Yeah.
And I used to say that she was my favorite. She still is my favorite. But I also understand how she has become so guarded after
Oh, you have to be.
everything
You know,
she's been through.
Literally attacked since day one. Can't even be big in America anymore.
No.
You know, Chloe, I think, was always singled out. You know,
Always
but that's why
singled
we
out.
love her. We love a, you know.
She's had conversations about how her mom would make her watch Kendall and Kylie.
Oh.
And that's the reason why she has this motherhood, why she always tends to date men who need a mother. Because that's all the way
She's
of
babysitter. Oh.
the way she has always shown the way she has always been told, like, we love you, is by doing things for other people.
Yeah.
And you see that with Lamar, you see that with Tristan.
Yeah. She
You
has a caretaker kind of.
You always see that she's the mother for
Yeah.
everyone, that she's always there for all of
Rob.
her siblings.
That's so true.
Because
That's true.
I feel like she just grown up thinking, like, in
Yeah.
order for me to be loved.
It's self-sacrifice, really.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I hope Chloe's also doing good. She
Yeah.
has two
She
kids.
looks good.
right?
She's
She
doing
looks-
good.
She looks great.
Yeah.
That big booty of hers. Girl, they need to stop with this BBLs.
But I have not watched, but I did see that, you know. It sounds very serious. I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch this. This sounds like, you know,
I enjoy watching it. Like I said, it's like Coco Melon to me. I just put it on the background and
I have to tune in.
You don't
Is
have
it on
to.
Hulu or something?
It's on
Yeah.
Hulu. You don't
Okay.
have to.
Okay,
It's really
I
not.
probably won't.
The show is so edited now that it doesn't even feel real
And that's what, I think it's been like that for a long time.
for a very long time.
Yeah.
Well, you know that they're all producers, so they all have a saying in what
Right,
goes on.
yeah.
Well, speaking of Kim, you know she was actually at Saturday Night Live
Oh, yeah, for sure.
because that girl would not miss the opening of an envelope.
No. And I will say, I think one of her best looks was that pink SNL
That
look.
big coat she wore
Yeah.
when she hosted.
Yeah. She
Okay.
like wore a solid
Yes,
pink look.
it was Balenciaga, but
Oh, wow.
it was a few years back when she hosted Saturday
Yeah,
Night Live.
yeah.
And that was a big thing.
It was a huge thing. Huge
But
deal.
she was on the Saturday Night Live.
She was at the
You know who was-
anniversary, yeah.
you know who
and
was
that
also there?
silver. Who?
her ex,
Which one?
Pete Davidson.
Oh, that's right.
She
Of
loves.
course he was.
She loves to make us believe that, you know, that was not even a thing. But
She was stigmatized. She even admitted it.
yeah. What do you smash?
If the tattoos were on.
You say the tattoos were
Now
on.
the tattoos are off. It's like, ooh, I like the tattoos. Would you?
Yeah, I mean,
Tattoos or no tattoos?
anyway. I mean, just to say you smashed him after
You
Ariana.
said him behind a curtain.
Not a glory hole. What is that? I don't know what that is. Sir, next. I mean, after he's been with Ariana and Kim, yeah, I want to know what
Yeah.
they taste like.
He's a community pillar.
He is a community, yeah. But I was smashed. I was smashed. Another one who actually did not have a really good night, and I heard this from people that were there, because, you know, I have ice everywhere. Ms. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
Girl,
What do you think? Tell me.
I think they're victims of Taylor Swift.
Insert that meme of needing. Now, why am I being dragon? See how I didn't even do that?
Now why am I in it?
And you could have did
Now
it.
see how I get wrong and
because you
stuff?
never
I didn't do
apologized.
I
that.
really do think the proximity to Taylor, obviously Taylor is known for these, ups and downs with the greater community of media. So one day they love her, one day they hate her. And I think Blake Lively's proximity really has, shined a light on maybe some of what's going on,
Okay, so a disclaimer. I'm not a huge fan of Blake Lively. Not because I don't like her, but I did not. I was telling the guys earlier how I did not watch Gossip Girl.
Girl, Serena van der Woodsen was that girl.
I know. And I think that if you didn't watch that show, it's like trying to love Carrie Bradshaw when you didn't watch Sex and the City.
Yeah, we're in love with her character.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I enjoy her. I think she's pretty. I've
Yeah.
always said that she's the White Sierra because she's always had every opening.
I am dead.
She always looks pretty, but no one
Yeah.
really knows what she's doing.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
She's like every time she's at the Met Gala and she gets all
Yeah.
these accolades, and I'm like, girl.
But was Serena? I guess you didn't watch. But Serena van der Woodsen isn't that van der Woodsen? She was also not the best character. She was kind of like a bitch too, So it makes complete sense to me that well, that's like, is water wet? Of course Blake Lively is a cunt, because
She was that girl.
why wouldn't she?
Yeah. So, okay, I don't know much about Blake Lively, so I have always liked her. I've enjoyed her. So, with that being said, I will get into this.
Okay.
I have not been keeping up with the whole lawsuit. I haven't really cared.
Yeah, I don't care either. But which one, Ryan or the other one?
Both of them. Both of them. I haven't really kept that because I really, like I said, I don't really care for them.
Okay.
I think Ryan Reynolds, I get him confused with.
Willis, did you watch the movie?
No.
Okay, it wasn't that great.
Yeah. And I have tried to watch Gossip Girl. It's just one of those things that if you did not watch Gossip Girl at the time, you watch it
Yeah.
now and you're like, wait, you thought this was a fashion icon?
Yeah.
But at the time, she really was that girl.
You was too busy watching Ugly Betty, but the Spanish version.
The Spanish version, because I did not watch. I watched Betty la Fea.
Yes.
Yes, I watched Betty la Fea. I did not know English.
They were on in similar times, I think.
Yes, they were. Well, Ugly Betty, I think I've told you that it's a version from a Colombian soap
Yes,
opera.
yeah.
That was very, very big, and then it's made it to many, many. And Salma Hayek was the producer of Ugly Betty here in America.
Yeah.
Which we love Salma Hayek.
Perfect casting.
But wait, let's go back, because I want to fight you. What about Taylor Swift? What does she
Okay.
got to do?
And not that I don't, obviously I love Taylor Swift. Folklore, one of the best albums of all time.
Lies, you don't like her.
I love Folklore.
Okay, well, that's
Isn't
one
that
person.
the one? Yeah.
Isn't that the one where she...
Lost in the Woods.
Yes.
Up in Burnett Woods. I'm a fan of Taylor, but Taylor, she's, I don't know if we're getting a genuine person sometimes, which I completely understand, and I don't fault her for that. But I just think she's a bitch that these girls love to hate. And if you're in proximity with her, then people are kind of looking at you, And so I think Blake Lively is really a victim of that whole thing. When she decided to come out, wasn't she one of them hoes in that video?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was on Bad Blood.
Right?
Like,
Was
I think she. Well, I mean, Taylor Swift is a godmother to some of her children.
Yeah, like once you choose your side, you choose your side,
Okay.
It's like when Marie Antoinette was murdered, all her little friends were too.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not gay.
History repeats itself.
Take them. I'm not gay. Take them. Okay. Here's my thing about Taylor Swift. Yes, her best friend is on fire, and the girl won't piss on her.
I know.
That's basically what it comes down to.
Right.
Blake Lively is on fire, and Taylor Swift could piss on her and could be better. When you said we're not getting a genuine person from Taylor Swift, of course we're not. She is worth $1.something billion. She has a career to take care of, right?
Right.
And I'm sorry, but I am not responsible for my friend's actions. It does not mean that I would not support you behind closed doors.
I'm like, don't even invite her to the Super Bowl. You dead wrong, Taylor.
I think she invited her. I think she put her across. And she said, go over there, girl. I'll send you drinks.
I'll bring you some popcorn.
Yes, I'll have my assistant send you drinks. I don't, if this was a battle that you wanted to, I'll still come to your kids' birthday parties. But I believe, and again, I don't know exactly what happened in the whole Blake Lively. I am not taking sides. I'm just saying that I think Blake Lively went into this situation thinking like, oh, I am going to have the world behind me. Taylor Swift is going to come swinging. Like, there's no way that I'm going to lose this.
She said, this is my bad blood moment.
Yes, and to my point, she just went to Saturday Night Live. She thought that apparently it was going to be her friends and everyone's going to be like, yeah, girl, we support you. We're here for you. I'm hearing that she was getting the cold shoulder from everyone.
Oh. But you know it's never good when the bitches you went to high school with are coming out on Instagram telling people how annoying and, you know, mean you were. Literally, there are Blake Lively, you know, school classmates that are like not giving her collateral's tough.
Girl, I make $30,000 a year, and I know high school bitches are still hating on me. bitches are gonna hate. Okay, they're gonna tag along, and if TMZ picks up your story and gives you $2,000 to talk about how bad Blake Lively was, sign me up. I didn't even go to high school with her. I didn't even graduate high school. Sign me up. I'll tell everything.
But to her credit, her Met Gala, one of the best Met Gala looks of all time, the Statue of Liberty one, stunning.
Ooh, I have my opinion about her Met Gala looks.
Okay.
Her Met Gala looks to me is the same dress every single time.
Okay.
Beautiful, stunning, gorgeous, a beautiful beaded mermaid gown.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's definitely a similar silhouette, but she slays every time.
Every time. I mean, it's still, there is not something that'll be like, oh, that's ugly.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like the perfection of a prom dress. And I also have to respect the fact that Blake Lively is that. You know, the basic girl that, it's kind of like Gwyneth Paltrow. She's relatable in that sense that if she showed up wearing something that Rihanna was wearing, her fans will be like, what is she wearing? That's why sometimes when people are like, Taylor has all of these designers at her like at her fingertips, and she wears this raggedy clothes. And I'm like, she's not wearing raggedy clothes. She's wearing clothes that her fans find amazing.
A rhinestone cat
Beat
suit.
again. Yeah. Yes. That's all we're going to get.
Yeah.
That's all we're going to get. And I don't expect her to come crazy because her fans won't understand it.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, when it comes to Gaga, if Gaga comes out in a beaded dress, you're going to be like, girl, are you on a conservatorship? Because that's what her fans expect.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
But we'll see how this Blake Lively situation goes on.
You know, here's the thing. It's going to be, we're all going to forget about it, and she's going to show up to the Met Gala, and she's going to give another look, you know, and we'll learn from this.
I actually think that her best thing that she could do right now is take a page from Anne Hathaway.
Oh.
And just disappear for a few years.
Okay. I thought you were going to say get a blunt haircut.
Oh, no. Never a pixie cut. No. That is social suicide. Never a pixie cut. But I think that if she went off a little bit, she made us miss her a little bit.
Yep.
Let it all settle down. Then you come back, do a beautiful photo shoot with your family in 2.5 years.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that I think a lot of people in the industry, they just crave the attention, and it's hard for them to go away for a year or two.
Yeah. And to her credit, I think it's easy, just like it's easy to hate Taylor. They're both stunning, blonde, white women, you know?
Successful.
And, you know, it can be easy to make them look not the greatest.
Exactly.
But, you know, that's...
Well, either way, we'll keep up with what's going on with Blake Lively. Like I said, I'm not her biggest fan, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know that, speaking of Saturday Night Live, it's the last thing that I have to say about Saturday Night Live. Gaga is hosting Saturday Night Live.
Oh, when?
Yes. I actually don't know if she's hosting or if she's a musical.
Okay.
I think she might be the musical because it's March 8th. And you know what that is?
She said, Bruno, we just won that Grammy. Let's get back out here.
She really is she's helping Bruno pay that debt, huh?
No, that's a true friend.
I think that's a true friend. Take a note, Taylor. Listen, Taylor can do no wrong in my book. I love that girl. I love laughing about her no booty. I love everything about Taylor. She can do no wrong in my book. But yeah, so Gaga, I think she's a musical.
Okay, we support.
And it's March 8th, which is when Mayhem comes out, or that same week when her album comes out.
We'll be watching.
We'll be watching. We'll be supporting Gaga.
I'm excited for the new music. It's giving classic Gaga vibes, you know.
Yeah.
We love when Gaga gives us isolated choreography with a red and white theme video, you know? Like, it's what we live for.
We just love for the clownish Gaga that is
Yeah.
always
Right.
Just taking it to the next step.
Yeah.
Those outfits that you don't understand and then you're like, what are you wearing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then a few years later, we're doing them for Halloween.
You know, I bet she was mad though when her and Miley came up with the same haircut to the Grammys. I would have been pissed.
Yeah. But okay, not to compare the girls, but you know Gaga's commitment to it. Did you see how she glued her hair to her face? The girl is committed.
Stop.
I love
the
that.
BB cream.
I love that there's always a gay behind the scenes. And,
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, hey girl, we should
like-
do this. It's done. She said, done deal. That sounds great. Let's do it. I love that. Okay, so speaking about new music, I really want to get your take. And don't be
Okay.
too shady because I love this queen.
Okay.
But Miss Shakira's new tour, have you been hearing about this?
I have heard some things in the blogs, yes.
The streets are talking.
The streets are talking.
Let me give you a little review.
Okay.
Okay. After photos from the Colombian singer's first tour stop at the Estadio Olímpico Nilton Santos in Rio de Janeiro surfaced online Tuesday, fans quickly pointed out the striking similarities to the Drunk in Love singer's record-breaking 2023 tour.
Okay.
So, the streets are saying that Shakira is reheating Beyonce's nachos. Wait,
I have a hot take, but I don't know.
can you explain to the girls what reheating someone's nachos mean?
Meaning you're giving us recycled looks, recycled concepts, and usually on a budget.
Damn! You did not have... Okay, we could have omit the on a budget, but...
I mean, girl.
Okay, so reheating someone's nachos, and it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
You could...
Right.
You could resurface things about your own. You could be inspired by other artists. Right. But they are saying the similarities between Shakira and Beyonce's Renaissance tour was very similar.
Interesting.
What do you think? Have you seen pictures?
Oh, yeah, I saw pictures immediately.
The font is the same. Like the Shakira Beyonce font is the same. She brings out a wolf, which Beyonce brought out Renee, which was a horse.
Right.
No, it was Renee, right?
Yeah, it was Renee.
Renee, because Chardonnay is...
Is that country? Is that Cowboy Carter? Stop.
Yes, Chardonnay. Yes, I wonder what the next one is going to be. Lene? Lene, something. Sound off in the comments what you think the third horse will be. That horse lady.
Look at that horse. Look at that horse.
I'm so excited for her tour.
There's tea behind that, but let's get back to Shakira. I disagree.
Me too.
Yeah.
Tell us how.
One, Shakira has been howling like a wolf for years, since, before Gypsy album. And I'm going to get in trouble, mind you, if I disappear, Beyonce. I think Shakira is just Colombian Beyonce.
I think she's worldwide Beyonce.
Yeah. And let's not forget, what was it? Really, since Dangerously in Love, but really B-Day album, when Beyonce was doing that tour, she was stealing all over from Shakira's belly rolls, and she's been stealing Shakira's
Nachos.
not nachos. That's Selena Gomez. No, but she's been stealing like the Arabic sort of sound. Like Beyonce just was, I forget where, somewhere, maybe India or somewhere, and she was giving us sort of like Arabic sort of runs and riffs. I mean, Shakira's been doing that for years. And we also can't forget, Beautiful Liar. These hoes were literally miming each other. Like, they're the same person, in my opinion.
In fact, I mean, every time I watch Beautiful Liar, you're always trying to see
which hoe am I looking at?
Yeah.
Same wig, same sheen outfit.
She was not. It was Charlotte Rose back then. Actually, no, it was Mama Tina's. What was her?
No, girl, it was Fabletics.
No, Mama Tina did it. Mama Tina was trying to be the designer backstage. Okay, so on a note to Shakira. Shakira is a huge queen of mine. Talk about someone who I grew up with. Pies Descalzos, which was her very first. Actually, no. Pies Descalzos was her second album. Donde Están los Ladrones was her very first one. And Shakira...
Was that the one where she had black hair?
Black and red.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. That was... For Latino, Shakira is the biggest
she's
star
Beyonce.
that there is in Latin America. The reason why Shakira incorporates so much Arabic moves is because her dad is from Lebanon.
Yeah.
So I love that she is always referencing her culture and all of that thing that she does.
For sure.
I don't mind. I'm going to see Shakira in Michigan in May. I will let you know when I see her concert. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Shakira is that girl.
Yeah.
And she could give me Rejita nachos, and I think they're still going to be amazing.
For sure. Yeah, I really do think they're more contemporaries than we want to give them credit for. You know, both stunning women. I kind of honestly think, have you ever seen one of Beyonce's wax figures from like a Madame Tussauds?
They're awful.
They kind of look like Shakira.
The movie, yeah. Because you cannot, no. Beyonce's just gorgeous. I love
they're both
Shakira so
stunning,
much.
but, yeah.
I'm going to see her in concert, and I will tell you exactly how everything goes.
Okay.
I'll tell you her stage, everything.
Watch you come out in Beyonce's outfits.
It doesn't matter. You can keep my money, queen. I had the opportunity of seeing her last tour she was on, and I did not get to see her, so I'm very excited to see her this time and be supportive of her art. It's going to be amazing. I know it's going to be amazing.
Well, I'm happy she'll have a fan there.
Oh!
You know, as long as she don't, do the J-Lo thing. Remember when J-Lo had that concert?
Oh, and she had 26.
And it was like,
It was 26, including her style.
Yes.
Okay, real quick before the whole thing with Shakira. Shakira had to cancel her tours because she was doing arenas, and they just got so big that she said, okay, hold on, let's cancel that, and then let's go to stadiums.
Oh, Shakira did?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Good for her.
Good for her. You know, J-Lo don't even got no nachos to reheat. So
Girl.
You're such a J-Lo hater. He did not want to talk about that because...
if I've been told if I don't have nothing nice to say.
And my quote of the show is, we only talk shit about people we like. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for coming. But before that, do you have anything going on? Give us your Instagram handle so that the girls can follow you.
Instagram is This Is Not Marcel Hughes. Or follow my girl, Wrinkle, and Time Hughes Winfrey, my dog. Good night, Wrinkle. Mommy's coming home.
If Beyonce allows it. Thank you guys thank you guys so much. Happy Friday. It was such a pleasure to have you here for another week, for another episode of Shit Talking About Pop Culture. I hope you have the most fabulous weekend. Make sure you subscribe and give a thumbs up on our YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us on our Instagram. Make sure you leave comments, likes, send it to a friend, all of that. And make sure that it is Friday. So have a drink and make terrible decisions. Bye, guys. And see you.
Oh my God.